My name is Svend Brinkmann. I'm a professor of psychology from Denmark, and I've written a book called Stand Firm about how to resist the self-improvement craze. We have this idea in modern society that we should become the best version of ourselves. We should be learning, moving, become flexible, adaptable, innovative all the time. And of course it has its good sides, but it has a downside, which means that no matter how much we achieve, no matter how well we do, we're actually never good enough, because there's always something else to strive for, something else to become. And if we go around telling ourselves, I'm not good enough, I can never really be good enough, then there's a danger that we might become depressed. And we have epidemics of depression, which I believe are related to this idea that no matter how well we do, we can never be good enough. I mean, the most important thing I believe is to throw away the self-help books. Stop worrying about self-optimization all the time. Try just to be there with your friends and your families and realize that you cannot do everything. Try to get rid of this fear of missing out, the FOMO mentality, and enjoy missing out on things that aren't really important in your life. So try to develop a joy of missing out. I think that's certainly possible for us. Instead of FOMO, the fear of missing out, we should appreciate JOMO, or the joy of missing out, which is really about focusing on important things in your life, the things that are really meaningful, your close relationships, and the obligations you have to your children, if you have children, or family, or colleagues at work, for example. And then not worrying about all the other things that you'll never achieve anyway. We have today the social media. We have so many possibilities of connecting to not just 5 or 10 people, but hundreds and even thousands of people. And we might want to be there for everyone all the time. And obviously that's impossible. And to the extent that it really damages your close relationships and your obligations to the people that are close to you, I think we should learn to focus more on the more intimate aspects of our lives. Self-optimization and self-development, they're not just private projects in your life anymore. They're really something that you're supposed to engage in at work, to develop, to learn, to change. And we want to achieve all these wonderful things. If you go to a performance and development review and your boss asks you, so where do you see yourself in 3 years' time? You're supposed to have visions about the future, all the marvelous things that you'll achieve. You're not allowed to say, well, in 3 years' time, I hope that I'm where I am now. I believe that I'm good enough. I do my stuff. Why is that not good enough? We should be allowed to say that. And so we need a whole new conversation about what work is and what role it should play in our lives. Now, I've read a lot of self-help books about how to achieve so many things, how to become rich and thin and happy and successful and positive. And I think it's really part of the problem that we strive for all these things, and we constantly fail and buy the next self-help book and blame ourselves for not achieving these things. So I've written a book about how not to develop, about how to stand firm. And I have my own 7-step guide, which includes stuff like, stop navel gazing, sack your coach, dwell on the past, and read a novel instead of all these self-help books. And I really recommend that. So you only need one self-help book, which is really an anti-self-help book, in order to stand firm, and you can throw all the others away. I mean, navel gazing is part of this psychology that we have in modern culture, where we tend to tell ourselves and others that the answers are found within ourselves. So we have to get in touch with ourselves, find our true, authentic inner selves, and realize that. And I think that's a total myth. We are much more defined by relationships to other people, by the activities we do, than by any inner mysterious core in our souls. So for me, it's really a problematic ideology that we constantly go about navel gazing.